everybody. My name is Delinda Lyda. I'm from Oklahoma and I'm an independent Scentsy director. Now, I presented at the Dallas World Tour this year in the expo on how to do bingo parties. And I had a lot of people who asked questions and who've messaged me since. So I decided I would just make this YouTube video and let everybody know how I do my Scentsy bingo parties. Now, I didn't come up with this concept, although I did tweak it. Somebody shared it with my upline at the Superstar Director Summit last fall. They brought us back the concept, and I took the concept and tweaked it because I just made it more simple. So, here is what I do. First of all, you're going to need to purchase these disposable bingo cards, and you can get them on Amazon. And they're just paper, and there's 5 sheets. So we're going to play 5 games only at my parties. And I got those on Amazon called disposable bingo cards for $9.95. Now I got 100 sets, so that's 500 cards, so that's enough for 100 people to play 5 games. All right, then the next thing you're going to need is your jumbo calling cards. I also got these off of Amazon, and you can just see you're actually pulling the numbers. And the reason I use these instead of like my husband bought me the spinner wheel that calls the numbers. This one I can just hold up until I call the next number, and I can just be talking and still have this number up, and they don't have to stop and ask me, what was that number again? So they can see that until I pull the next number. These are called jumbo bingo calling cards, and these were $7.99 on Amazon. So those are the things you're going to need for supplies. Plus, I use colored markers, and so each of them get a colored marker, and that's what they're going to use to mark off their bingo spots. So now let's get started on how I do my bingo parties. First of all, I just have everybody invite people to a Scentsy bingo party, and they've never probably been to a Scentsy bingo party. If somebody invited me to a Scentsy party, I've been to a Scentsy party before, and so I may say, well, show me the catalog, but staying home after work, catching up on my favorite TV show might just be a little more enticing and a relaxing evening to me than going to a physical party. Because our time is precious, right? Even though we know if they got to a Scentsy party, they're going to have a blast. And they're going to have memories made with friends. Because I remember all the parties I've ever done with anybody. Because that's where you're making memories. Okay, but if you invite them to a Scentsy bingo party, they're going to go, never been to one of those. What's that all about? Everybody loves bingo. Everybody loves bingo and knows how to play bingo. So here is the concept of how we're going to play the game. When they first walk in, I give them a packet. Now, these actually are 3-ring binders that I've just cut off, and it makes 2 by the ones with the pocket so that I can put my items in. And I'm also going to have an ink pen and a colored marker in here. Inside my packet, it's also a kind of a lap board so they can actually be playing on it and marking, and so they'll have something to play on. Inside, everybody gets a 5-pack of bingo cards. I'm going to have like flyers in there of whatever we have on special that month. I'm going to have a catalog. I'm going to have an order form. And I'm going to have a like it, love it sheet. so that while they're smelling testers, they can mark off the ones that they like. And I think this one has an X for the not for me, a star for those who like it, and a heart for gotta have it. So anyway, that's what I put in my packets that everybody gets when they walk in the door. Now, say your party starts at 7 o'clock. Then from 7 to 7:30, that's when they're going to mingle. We're probably waiting on some to come in that's not on time. I'm going to have my testers out then. I used to not put my testers out until after my presentation. But this time, I'm putting them out for them to immediately start sniffing, smelling, and talking about. And I'm going to show them that list and tell them they can be, marking down which ones they like. Now, my bingo party is going to start right at 7:30. We are not waiting for your sister-in-law. We're not waiting for anybody else. They've just missed game 1. We're playing 5 games. So if somebody comes in the middle of a game, they'll just get their board and be ready for game 2. So this is how we play. I am going to give everybody their cards. And basically, let me tell you the concept. The first game that we're playing, all I'm focusing on is introducing myself, telling my Scentsy story, and talking about warmers and wax. And that is the whole concept of game 1, while I'm calling numbers. So it might look something like this. Hi everybody, my name is Delinda and I've been with Scentsy since 2010. B15. So then they're all looking at their cards, marking their B15. And then I might go on and talk more about myself as I'm calling numbers, right? This has been such a blessing for my husband and I. I never thought at the age of 50 that I would get into direct sales, but I did, simply because it made perfect sense. I-27. So you see, you're holding up the card and you're talking about your story and just intermingling your spiel while you're calling numbers. Now, like I said, after I'm talked about myself and my story, then I'm going to start talking about the warmers and the wax. Now, some of the things I might tell about, because a lot of people are familiar with the warmer and the wax, right? They already know that. They know how it works. Some may, some, so just keep it simple. But I like to tell them things that they may not know. Like I may say, did you all know what if you see a G beside a warmer, in picture of a warmer in the catalog, what that means? Do y'all know what that G means? G48. And I'm calling numbers. Well, actually, that G means glow. So if you see a G beside one of the pictures, that means that warmer actually has a light and it glows. So while I'm talking about warmers and wax, I may talk about how to change their wax. They may not know about that. I may talk about the different ones, the element, and and that it has a heating element, doesn't take a bulb. I mean, just things you would normally tell about. But have you noticed I'm not demoing anything? I'm just talking. Well, when I do, I don't bring a lot of stuff. I keep it simple. I want them to either be able to touch it, feel it, smell it, right? So during game 1, one of the things that I do pass around, because a lot of times I don't even take a warmer. I might have one set up, but most of the time the host already has one. Right there in their living room, I might refer to it. There is things that I do take to demo, and I will talk about that in a minute. Well, one of the things, though, while in this game 1, I'm going to talk about the scent of the month, right? So then it's something that while I'm talking and drawing numbers, that was a blank one. While I'm talking and drawing numbers, I am going to pass this around the room. So everybody, while they're marking and listening, they're going to be smelling and passing this. They've felt it. They've had it in their hands. They've smelled it, all that. And that's what I do for game one. Now, ding, 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 somebody bingo. We have a winner. Yay! Somebody won game one, where all I talked about was my intro and warmers and wax, right? All right, Susie, congratulations. You won game one. What do you have? Now, this is where a lot of people got hung up when they started thinking bingo parties. They thought that they were going to have to give away warmers and bars and all that stuff. I've made it simple because I don't know how many people are going to show up to that party. It could be 2. It could be 15. But I do the same gift in every single. They could win it twice. But this, you can do whatever you want. I'm just giving you suggestions of what I do to keep it simple, even, and easy. Let me show you what's in here. Oh, this was during Valentine's Day. So during the holiday, first thing I put is I get an organza bag, and look, there is, I think, 1, 2, 3, 5 of the discontinued party size testers. You know those you have a box full and don't know what to do with? There you go. This is their prize. And you guys, they love it because that's almost a full bar of wax. But you know what? You don't want to give them more than this because you don't want to be giving away so much wax that they don't need to purchase at the party. You just want to give them enough that they need a warmer if they don't have a warmer. But tell them how they can just take the lid off, set it upside down in their warmer, and they can try some of these different scents. So that is something that I give for a lot of prizes. Hostesses, drawings, I use those up. Another thing is I might have samples in here. I might have laundry samples. I may have the Lucky and Love hand cream, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. Then sometimes I go to the dollar store if it's a holiday and just buy little cheap stuff. Like I got 6 boxes of these for $1. And so that didn't cost me much. And then I got these for $1 a piece. They were socks, Valentine's socks. But like at Christmas, I bought Christmas pot holders, and they came in 2 for $1. So I put 1 pot holder. We're talking 50 cents just to fill this bag up and make them feel like they have a prize. Now, one of the things when it was presented to me of what they do, they actually gave the prize of what they were talking about next in their next party, next game like we just finished warmers and wax. So I may have the scent of the month in here for prize 1. This is just some examples. It's your party. You do what you want, whatever you have, and make it easy. Make it simple. And no overthinking and complicating. Okay, so you saw how I did game 1, all about my intro and warmers. Game 2 is the same concept. We're going to start game 2. Only I'm going to talk about Scentsy Go and on-the-go products. Now, while I'm talking about the Scentsy Go and on-the-go products, I'm actually going to pass those around. That's something they can touch, pass, feel, and so I'm going to have the Scentsy Go, a room spray, travel tin, car bar, all the Go products. And they're going to pass those around as I'm calling numbers and we're playing bingo. All right, bing, 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 we got a bingo for game 2. They're going to get the same kind of prize that I gave for game 1. Game 3 is all about the kids line and the body line. So I might have a buddy or a sidekick or a buddy clip, whatever you have on hand to take with you to pass around so they can smell it, touch it, feel it. And then the body line, I usually take a bath bomb, But one of the most important things to take when you're talking about the body line is you want to take some body cream. You want them to take that tube and you want them to try it. Do you know how many tubes of body cream I've sold? Almost everybody that I pass that around to orders a body cream. It's wonderful, people. It's great. Love it. It's the best stuff. Okay, game 3. We have a winner. They get the bingo prize. Game 4. It's all about laundry and clean. You guys, I'm going to pass my washer whiffs. I want them to smell those. That's Scentsy crack. I mean, people smell those washer whiffs you do your laundry with, and they're hooked. And that's one thing I definitely have them pass around is the washer whiffs and the counter clean. And tell my stories about the counter clean. And you guys, if you're in a game and it's progressing and you've run out of stuff to talk about, you can call 5 or 6 numbers in a row. If you've done your spiel and nobody's bingoed yet, you can just say I-26. 069. And the thing about this is they don't know when you're going to be calling a number. So they are listening intently to every word you say because they don't want to miss it. So then the last thing that I talk about is, like I said, all those little things that I bring to demo is things they can pass around. And it's all in a little bag that I just keep and they pass it around. It comes back to me. There's one thing I do take to demo, and that's game 5. It's all about diffusers and my oils. This is new to a lot of people who've been to Scentsy parties before, and I am actually going to demo how a diffuser works while I'm calling numbers. And usually I will stop for a while and actually concentrate on the diffuser for a minute. And I am going to show how those 2 buttons become magical. And my diffuser sales have gone up by this also. And then also during that last game 5, that's where I'm going to talk about hosting their own bingo party. And then I bring the prizes, and then we're going to talk about joining. That's all in game 5. So then, let me show you one thing that I didn't show you yet. After they've played game 1, and they've ripped off their sheet, I tell them to rip off their sheet. And I want them on the back of that sheet, I want them to give me their name, email, and phone number, and pass it to me if they want in a drawing at the end of the evening. And you guys, they probably were going to win my Sin of the Month. So, anyway, that's how I get their contact information too, in case they don't buy at the end of the party. But you guys, my parties have been bigger in sales because people are having fun. I have gotten more bookings because people are having fun because they are saying that's the most fun they've ever had at a direct sales party. And also, everybody loves bingo. And it doesn't matter the age. And I'll give you an example of that. My mom and my daughter give me a party every catalog season. These parties are entirely different. My mom's in her 70s, and all of her lady friends, that's kind of who you think of when you play bingo, right? Wrong. But they loved it. Didn't want me to quit. Didn't want me to stop. Let's play more. Let's play more. And you guys, it does take a little longer in playing this way. But they seem to be buying more and more into the products because, like I said, they can feel them, touch them, smell them. And then let's talk about my daughter's party. She's in her early 30s, and they get a little rowdy and unruly. And I've had parties with them before, and it's sometimes hard for them to settle down to even listen to me. You guys, I had them on the edge of their seat. They're listening to every word I say because they don't want to miss that next number, right? I mean, and I think my daughter's party, the last party that was like almost, it was either 7, 8, or 900. I don't remember. And my mom just had about 5 people there, and I think hers was, I know it was over 500. So people love bingo. And I just want you to try it. Now, I don't know if on video you can see this, but I did make this for World Tour. Just a list so that you could see. Let me see which way. Okay. There's a little glare there. Game 1, warmers and wax. Game 2, Scentsy Go and On The Go products. Game 3 is about the kids line and the body line. Game 4 is about the laundry products and the clean line. Game 5, I talk about diffusers, oils, host, and join. All right, I want to hear your success stories. I want to hear that you've gotten your supplies and you are now getting ready to go do your own. Now, one of the things I want to talk about is when you invite someone to a bingo party, you don't have to say anything about prizes. You don't have to say anything. Most people associate that if you're going to play bingo, it's for a prize. But you can just say, come to my Scentsy bingo party. And you don't have to say anything about anything else for it to be compliant. But now I made up a flyer and I just sent it to my hostess and they texted it to all their friends. So anyway, I hope you have fun with this idea. If you have any questions, let me know.